What up, YouTube? It's Two Fat Guys Pull Us, and right before you get to the video, we wanted to just include you into some information about our channel. We're in the middle of a milestone giveaway. If we hit 500 subscribers, we're giving away a slab. What slab are we giving away, Nate?
We're giving away a CGC graded 9.4 Wolverine #1 with a custom label as well, a custom Wolverine label. This is the #1, the first in his ongoing series.
Yes, but the only way we can give it away is if we hit 500 subscribers. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and yeah, so let's get on to the video, shall we? What up, YouTube? It's Two Fat Guys Pull Us, and it is free comic book day. Well, actually, it's the Friday before free comic book day, because we're going to give you a little bit of preview to see what you might want to pick up, because we got a top 5, and we're just going to tell you why we think you should pick up these 5 free comic book day books. I mean, it's free comic book day. Pick them all up, right? Like, if you want to. But we feel like these are the 5 that are super important. So we're going to break down the free comic book day list really quick. We actually have 49 books this year. I don't typically know exactly how many books usually are released on free comic book day, but it's a ton. So we've got these gold comics. Again, we are new to this process, so we don't know what the hell that means. But you got some pretty decent ones. You got an Avengers book. We got We Live. Did you pick up We Live? I didn't know if you did or not.
I did.
Okay. We got some manga in there with Zom 100 and Demon Hunter. We've got the High Republic IDW book. I think I said Avengers already. We got some Archie. We got a plethora of books, very eclectic free comic books there. Yep. And then Silver is where it's at. I mean, there's a shit ton of Silver books that are coming out on Saturday, and I think I've picked up a couple here too. And we'll get through those, but you got a decent amount. I'll tell you this: I didn't pick up every single book. I'll tell you that.
No.
I think we picked up. I think I picked up. I want to say 10 or 12, and then I've got whittled it down to 5. But anyway, some decent books here. You've got some Judge Dredd. You've got Spider-Man. You've got Red Room. I know you were like, "Hey, you should pick this up." Like, hell no, I'm not gonna pick that up.
I just thought I'd try.
I got a little bit of Street Fighter, some Sonic, some Captain Harlock, The Tick, The Boys. I mean, it's all over the place. So definitely go to your LCS on Saturday and go pick you up some free comics. But now we're going to talk about the books that we picked up and the top 5 that we think are probably the most important, or not important, but just noteworthy that you should definitely pick up on free comic book day.
Sure.
So let's kick it off with Avengers free comic book day.
So that's in mine too.
Got some Jason Aaron love in there, and then we've got a little snippet from Donny Cates' Hulk as well. This issue is fantastic. We're basically getting into what the Avengers, Jason Aaron's Avengers, are going to do after World War She-Hulk. And it looks pretty damn intense. I got to say that. I mean, I don't want to give too much away.
I don't either. Don't give too much away. But let's just say that I think I've been probably the biggest poo-pooer of Jason Aaron's Avengers since the Khonshu story arc.
Yeah.
And just from reading this free comic book day, I am instantly buying Jason Aaron's Avengers again, starting with issue 50.
That says a lot, because like you're right. Like since Khonshu, you've been pretty disappointed with Jason Aaron, and at least his Avengers run. And we got this. We read it immediately. I mean, I think we've got a first appearance or a potential cameo in here that you might want to just pick that up if you're just looking for something like that. Like that's noteworthy in itself. Mm-hmm. And then Donny Cates' Hulk story in this book is
yes,
dude. And like again, you were not, when it got announced that Donny Cates was going to do Hulk, you were kind of like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
it's not a Donny Cates thing; it's a Hulk thing. Just never been a huge Hulk guy.
Well, I don't think even Banner in this book really wants to be a Hulk guy either. I think that's the biggest thing we got going on here. And then also, I will say, Otley's art, he's going to be the artist. Holy shit. Like, Otley's art alone is amazing. And then you put Donny Cates on that. Give me a break.
Yeah, this book did wonders for getting me excited for these 2 ongoing series. So I think that's the point of what they're trying to do, right?
Yeah, free comic book day is just to entice you to pick up, to get ready for what's coming. And then also, obviously, they want you to spend more money when you're at the store, which we highly recommend.
Yep.
All right, what do you got next?
I have, of course, no one that is a regular of the show is going to be surprised by this, but I have Enter the House of Slaughter. This is basically a bridge book showing you a little bit of behind the scenes of what is happening when Erica is first in the town, trying to save the kids. So this is sort of showing you day by day for the first, I think, 7 days that she's there, how certain things are happening at the Order of St. George, and basically how they are. Aaron is the one that eventually gets sent out, right, to go help her, and this is showing you kind of how that happened.
Okay.
From what I remember of the solicits, Aaron's going to be a focal point of the new book, and so even though he is for sure dead, we're going to be doing a lot of filling in the timeline between where we're at right now in Something is Killing the Children, which is a Eric Slaughter origin story, so when she's a kid, and then where we're at when it first starts.
Gotcha.
Being an adult. Anyway, if you are a fan in the slightest bit of Something is Killing the Children, there's no reason for you to not be picking this up. And I know Ron ordered an absolutely appropriate amount of copies for this, knowing that it's going to be very popular. Do not speculate on this. Do not go through and be an asshole with your LCS, looking at the spine, making sure there's no spine. Get it to read it, get it to have it as part of your Something's Killing the Children collection. But this is not a key. This is not some big thing that you need to be putting in a Mylar. Enjoy the free copy.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. Is should we be on the lookout on this, or is this just purely for fun?
Purely for fun, and it's great fun. But
do
have fun with it. Don't speculate on it.
Don't be a spec dick.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, after that we've got SpiderMan and Venom from Marvel. Dude, this was also very fun. We're getting a little snippet into Spider-Man 75, where Ben Reilly is going to be taking over. Definitely digging that. I will say I'm going to spoil this really quick, though. I have to do this.
Okay.
There's a definite dig at Ben Reilly's original costume in this issue, and it kind of pissed me off, but that's okay.
I think it pissed off a lot of people. I think a lot of people were like, "Yo, what the fuck? We kind of want that suit."
I know, and I hope it makes it, because they literally throw it away. So I will give that snippet away. So there's that, and then there's the Venom story where we're picking up with Al Ewing and Ram V. And we're definitely going cosmic, so check that out. We're getting a little bit of Dylan, but it looks like we're still going to get a little bit of Eddie Brock, too.
Yeah, I was very shocked by that. I'm almost wondering the way it's devised. It very much seems like we are going to be getting a story told a la Green Lantern right now, where you've got two artists, two writers doing two different things.
Interesting.
Or I guess Green Lantern's just one writer, but anyway, it looks like maybe possibly Ram V is going to be taking one of them, whether it's Eddie or Dylan, and then Al Ewing will be doing the other one. They're both be, focusing in on their own story. I actually think that's a really cool idea.
No, I like it, and it made me, when I saw that, I was like, at first I was like, I don't know about this, and then once I finished it, I go, shit, they got me. I'm hooked.
Again, it did exactly what it's supposed to do, right? It got you excited for this new series, and me as a guy that's really I'm just not really into Spider-Man. I know that there are some people that are just super leery about Peter Parker maybe taking a back seat for a while. I'm actually kind of excited about it. I also don't know Ben Reilly, but I feel like it's different enough and doesn't have enough Peter Parker baggage that I'm interested.
Yeah. And then the other thing in this book that caught me completely off guard is we get a little bit of a Chip Zdarsky Daredevil.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, dude. It was literally
showing Kingpin going fucking nuts.
I wouldn't, but it's insane. I was not expecting that, and it's just got me even more hyped for Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil run. I think consequences are finally coming to a head in that run, and that this gets you that hook. I was totally surprised by that.
After that, I have Star Wars The High Republic Adventures. Now, this is, again, some people are speculating on this. I guess if you want to do that, It's possible that this is the first comic appearance of Ty Yorick. Yeah, Ty Yorick.
Okay.
They're in. I think their first appearance in anything is a Star Wars kids
Mm-hmm.
novel,
Yeah.
something Crash Point Tower, something like that. Anyway, this half of this book is just a little fun little story that kind of ties her together, or ties her into the comics,
Mm-hmm.
and takes place right after that book. So if you've read that book, you'll recognize things that are going on here. And
Okay.
I'm unfortunately I haven't read it yet, and so I was still a little like, wait, what? But the integration that we're seeing with High Republic between all aspects of media is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And so just for that alone, I had to pick this. And then also, while High Republic 1 wasn't as heavy of a spec book as I personally think it should be. I think it's probably should be the number one or number two heaviest speculated Star Wars book right now.
Mm-hmm.
In case you weren't able to get a copy of issue one is also in this book as well. So you
There you
get
go.
sort of a prequel story, and you actually get a formal. You get the actual issue, which I was reading it and I was like, oh yeah, okay, this is the first issue, and I just kept reading it. Read the whole damn thing because the first issue is so good.
Yeah.
And if you are reading the High Republic novels, and you're still kind of like not sure if you should jump into the comics, pick this up, and it'll probably convince you to be picking up Adventures at the very least.
That's awesome. I really like the fact that there are multiple issues in this free comic book day where we get like the number one that's already been passed, and you kind of just get it in the book to kind of entice you. I really dig that. All right, after that we got our first DC, well, the only DC book that made the list, our top 5, and that is Batman #1 from Tiny Onion. Our first look into the Fear State, and the Jimenez art alone is a reason why you should pick this up.
Yeah.
It is so good. The dude is killing it, man, and I'm so happy that Jimenez is going to continue to be on the book after Onion leaves.
Is he?
Yeah,
Announced?
he confirmed that on Instagram that he will continue to be on the book after Onion leaves. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
We get, like I said, we get a pretty nice look into what I would assume is going to be Fear State Alpha or 0.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of nice. And then we get a nice breakdown from Tinian talking about Fear State and where it's headed, basically his epic conclusion to Batman. So it's bittersweet for sure. And then there's a backup story. It's the I Am Batman. It's Fox as Batman. Dude, I know, like I looked at at the back before that story, there's like a list of everything that's going to be incorporated into Fear State.
Yeah.
And that is definitely one book I'm probably not going to pick up. I have no real desire to read that. I mean, it wasn't bad. Let me say that. I read it. It was fine. I have no interest in it at all.
I don't know why, but I just like have zero interest in it.
I
don't know what it is.
It just felt kind of muddy.
Yeah.
That I will say this though, if you pick up the Batman Free Comic Book Day book and you read that, say you read it in the store, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but if you read it in the store or read it outside in your car before you leave, and you do like that book, you do like I Am Batman, that first issue, which is issue 0, is available now. So you can pick up I Am Batman on Saturday and read it. So if you feel like if you like it, pick it up because it'll be available that day. So the other one I've got is Star Wars High Republic: The Edge of Balance from Viz. So it's a manga, and it's got 2 stories in it. It's got a High Republic story and then a Star Wars Rogue Squadron story. Really dug the Edge of Balance. I really like that Star Wars and Disney are going to dab into some manga style stories. Not really a lot of action in this book. We kind of see what you were describing, what happens in the novels, which is that space cruiser or whatever it is.
Yeah, the emergence, the great
breaking.
disaster.
Yeah, breaking out of hyperspace and landing on planets. So we have some Jedis, saving people and trying to get people to safety. But then we have our character on here. I can't remember her name, but she's
Lily.
Okay, Lily. She is in space, in hyperspace, trying to figure out how to be everywhere at once. and her Jedi Master is kind of like, just relax. Like, you can't be everywhere at once, and things will play out. It was a really cool internal kind of, Master to Jedi conversation that I really enjoyed. So there wasn't really a lot of action in it, but there was enough deposition in the book that was intriguing that I'm like, you know what? When this comes out, I'm picking it up. And it won't be in comic format. It'll actually be in manga book format. So there'll be a volume that comes out, which is really cool. And then the Squadron story was okay. I thought it was good, but I don't think I'll be picking that one up.
No, I don't think so either. But yeah, I am super excited, especially with my newly found interest in mangas. Comparing or putting Star Wars into a manga too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially High Republic. I think it illustrated again, like when you were talking about that, that big disaster. I was like, oh, that sounds cool, but I wasn't in the High Republic book, so I was kind of disappointed in it. And then to kind of actually see it visualized in here, that was really neat. So, if you're into manga, you're into Star Wars, definitely pick this up, read it, see if you like it, and then order that manga when it comes out. So the last book that I have in my top 5 is Bountiful Garden.
Okay.
So this is one that you actually picked up first, and I was like, and then you're like, just pick it up. I'm like, okay. So cool thing about this is the first entire issue of this book. This book is from Mad Cave, I believe.
Yep.
And it is the entire issue 1. So you're going to get the first issue free, and I guarantee you it'll hook you into issue 2. It definitely has... What was that recent comic we read? I'm not saying recent. It was probably last year. That space one with like the aliens worshiping like a tower or something. Remember?
Rogue Planet?
Rogue Planet. No, yeah, Rogue Planet.
Mm-hmm.
This had definite Rogue Planet vibes, except our entire casts are like teenagers because they're traveling through space and they're going to be traveling for a long time. Like I think it's like 10 years, so that they're going to land on a planet, at some point. And this book basically has them wake up 3.5-4 years into their journey. So they wake up, the ship malfunctions. I get some cool adventure vibes. I get some horror vibes for sure, or at least some creepiness. But dude, a whole free comic book on day 1, a whole brand new story. You can't pass that up. So definitely, this should be on the lookout for this one.
I actually still need to dive into this one. That was one at the bottom.
Oh, gotcha.
I kind of missed it.
It's really good. The artwork is a little unique, but I was pleasantly surprised. It definitely had that Rogue Planet vibe, but not nearly as intense. At least not yet. Not in issue 1.
Nice.
All right. So after that, we'll just go into those were our top 5, but we got some honorable mentions. I've got 2. I've got Zom 100, which is from Viz as well. It's another manga. And basically, it's about a guy or a kid. No, it's a guy that goes to work, and the entire world is ending. It's the apocalypse. There are zombies everywhere, and he takes this opportunity to do 100 things on his bucket list before he dies. That's the premise. I thought it was going to be like, I'm fighting zombies. It's like, no, he's literally fortunate enough to not be a zombie, and so he's going to take out every single thing on his list, 100 things on his bucket list before he dies. So thought that was pretty cool. And then Demon Slayer has a chapter in here, which I've already read, but if you've never read Demon Slayer, there's a nice introductory chapter in here. It's about halfway through the first volume, so that's pretty cool.
Nice.
And then my last honorable mention is Judge Dredd. Picked this one up on a whim. Has an Al Ewing story in it, and it is the first story is an Al Ewing story. And I think out of the 3 stories that are in here, I think it's the best one. I think I say that the last story is really good, but the last story is more of like an origin story for the judges, which I thought was really cool. And it definitely touches a nerve. Like it definitely has vibes of 2020 in it. So, but the Al Ewing story in this book is fantastic. So if you're looking for something really fun, I don't know if I'm going to pick up Judge Dredd after this. If it's just an Al Ewing Judge Dredd book, I might actually pick that up. But overall, it was just a good read. It was pretty fun.
My 2 honorable mentions are going to be Red Room by Ed Piscor. I think it's going to be pretty self-explanatory that if you are into this kind of thing, this ties into the current ongoing series, you're going to want to pick that up. There's obviously some speculation hype behind this whole series just because of how gruesome it is and how just insanely over the top. I would just say again, probably pick this up more out of just for fun, and just
Right.
the story definitely ties into what's going on right now.
Gotcha.
The other thing I have too is, again, for opposite speculation, and it is Stray Dogs. Now, Stray Dogs has been probably the speculator hit of the summer. Everybody has been going absolutely nuts over this book for the past 2 months.
Yeah.
And there's a really good chance you can't get a single copy of issue 1, even the later printings, for a very good price.
Right.
This gives you a prelude to issue 1 and gives you all of issue 1. So if you have not had the chance to read Stray Dogs, I particularly didn't love it, but I think I am in a definite minority when it comes to that. I've been hearing nothing but good things. If you're interested in the story and have missed out, and you want to try it for free, you don't want to, just go pick up the trade, do this. You'll get a little extra story than we did on the first day, with like a 5-page prelude, and then you'll have the whole rest of the story.
Hell yeah. Again, I love the fact that you can do that. Like, just to give an opportunity to everybody that hasn't read it or missed out on it. That's perfect. And like it probably lands as like a fifth or sixth printing as well. So if there's anybody out there that's like,
Right.
well, I've got the free comic book days, no spine ticks. There's that copy. There's that copy for you.
I'm literally
All right.
gonna pick mine just to show you.
Dude, I've had this is gonna be really weird to say, but I've had this urge to get a comic that like I have that I'm just like, there's no, like, it has no value outside of like $1. And I just want to like ring the, like, just make ticks, just like I want to do it so bad, but then I look at a book and I'm like, I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Yeah, my baby. Can't do that.
Exactly. Anyway, there's my deep dark secret about comics. Anyway, we want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and of course, go to your LCS this Saturday. Go participate in Free Comic Book Day. Make sure to, if you're in an area that is really high with COVID, make sure to wear a mask, or abide by the rules of those LCSs that you go to.
Yeah,
just be courteous to one another, and go support your LCS. Go buy some comics, get some free comic books, and this video obviously reinforces our closing statement, which is read more comics. We'll see you guys later.